Hey, welcome back to Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. I'm here. I'm excited to do this book review. Today I'm doing something different. I'm going to do a duology, which is two books. When I said I've had book one since 2021, thanks to Nick Galley, who approved me a ARC copy, and the author came into my inbox on Instagram, and I saw the name, and I was like, that name sounds familiar. And so I went on his page. I was like, oh, I got that book. So I went in my Kindle and I went on ahead and pushed it up on my to be read list. And I want to say maybe a month later, he posted a cover of another book, and he was like, "This is the sequel to the first book," and I was like, "Oh wow!" So I waited a few more weeks. Net Galley put book two up. They approved me for book two. Thanks again, Net Galley. And I was like, "Wow, here I go. I'm for to ride these two books out." When I say these books are phenomenal, the author is phenomenal. His writing is out of this world. He's been compared to S.A. Cosby, which I have read S.A. Cosby. I have his whole catalog. I've only read one, and it was so good and funny. And I mean, these two authors to me basically are a true storyteller. So, with no further ado, I am talking about author Robert Justice. They Can't Take Your Name, and also Robert Justice again with A Dream in the Dark, which is the sequel. Happy release week. It came out this week, actually on Tuesday. I love this cover. Um, with no further ado, I'm gonna get into it. And I just want to say, please, please, please share this video. Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you have not subscribed, follow this author, and so you'll know what's up, what's going on with him and me. I just want to say this right here threw me for a blow because it opens up. There's been like a mass shooting on Mother's Day at the bank. This takes place in Denver, Colorado, and Langston Brown works at this bank. He's been accused of the crime. Before he was accused of the crime, another police officer, a detective, I do believe, was accused of the crime, was cleared, and they blame Langston, and he goes to prison. His daughter is in at Juilliard. She's a singer, and she sings really good. They call her Billy for Billie Holiday, and she drops out of school, of course, to come back home to be there for her mother Elizabeth, and to go back to school for law. She to become a lawyer because she is going to defend her father and try to clear his name. Well, things didn't work out. I mean, the way she wanted it to, without giving it away. Um, I just like couldn't believe how I wanted this book to end, and it ended a different way. I just put it that way without giving anything away. Also, you have Eli, who is a main character. Eli suffers from anxiety, depression, which I personally can relate to, and he's lost a loved one, and he is really, really, really is like don't want to be here and don't want to be in the world, and but he has a goal to open up the jazz club, and he names it Roz, which was already open but it closed down, and his goal was to reopen. He did reopen it, and the club took off from there. I'm not gonna say how Liza and Eli path crossed and anything, but I was like really rooting for both of them in their lives and what they was trying to accomplish. And I just want to say that detective, oh my God, who I refuse to name, I did not like, was a black detective doing the things that he was doing in the black community. I was like, wow. But you have a lot of black people in this world that don't want to do right. I just put it that way. And some of them, unfortunately, is in the police force, government, Congress. I can drop names, but I'm not gonna do that. Again, they can't take your name. I learned so much reading both of these books. The justice system, how corrupt both is, justice system and the government. I still didn't like. I just didn't like the way this one ended. Beautiful written, but it kind of broke me down. I had to put this down a couple times. Book 2 kind of picks up from book 1. You still have Liza and Eli, who I was rooting for. I'm not gonna lie. And they got close, real close, I would say that. In book 2, you have Liza, who is trying to help a convicted felon by the name of, I want to say his name was, what's his name? Sorry. Moses. It was Moses Jackson, I do believe. And then it was another defendant who was younger, and she was mostly about Moses especially after he told her about her father and the connection and everything. So she was really wanting to work on his case more so than the other case that her and her boss wanted her to work on, because of, you would have to read the book to understand the cases that they take on, and they kind of weigh which one they're going to take next or whatnot. But this book really got me because of the Martin Luther King celebration march, and just the way that the police stood around and didn't do anything to help. I guess what I'm basically saying, this one showed more of the government and of how corrupt the governor is. The mayor is not too far from him either. The way this one ended, I want to say it's maybe the end of the story, but the author has some things that he can really write on from this book. I would say that without saying what I really want to say, because I don't want to give it away. But this book right here was phenomenal. What got me was I love how the author referred to black as the African children, white, the European children, child. And I love Sister Frances, that moment where her and Eli was speaking, and she was saying, you know, why come is it that when y'all protest and things, the news and the media make a spectacle of it and want to talk about how bad, but let us do it, it's okay, basically. And when I read that part, I thought about January the 6th, 2021, when those people, those terrorists, went into the Capitol and did all the things that they was doing. And you remember the Congress, they was running for their life. But now, since everything is over, they was touring the Capitol, a nice tour. But I digress with that one. Like I said, Eli, what he did for his nephew, I couldn't understand at first when he went away. I just put it that way. I couldn't understand what he was doing, but it all came together. And another funny part to me was when he went to go see his friend at the fire station, and he said about the pot belly. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I thought I was gonna bust something open. But again, what a phenomenal author. I love both books. Please check out author Robert Justice. They Can't Take Your Name, A Dream in the Dark. It's so much more within both of these books that I'm not going to tell you because I want you to read, support the author. Phenomenal read. This book deals with assault, murder. It deals with a lot of things. So I just want to warn you with that. Please check out They Can't Take Your Name, A Dream in the Dark, Robert Justice. They're both out now. A Dream in the Dark came out this week again. Happy release week. And until next time, happy readings, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night.